Hello, welcome back. Um, in our previous video, we looked at how to create this order confirmation when someone actually creates an order on our site. So I was there was one mistake we made, and this is where we added the order. If you look at the orders, we added the order number on a wrong place. Okay, we added the order number on the wrong place. The order number is supposed to go onto the order itself. Okay, the order number is supposed to go on the order, not onto the order item. So I went and modified my schema. It was a mistake, we added it in the wrong place. So let me just quickly show you my schema. So if you look at the schema here, I'm just going to show you in a second. Okay, so if you just see our order schema, so I just went ahead and we have all this information, shipping details. So you can see under here on the shipping details down here, I added the order number and I removed it, I think, from this side. So make sure in your order item, remove the order number, just remove it, and then add this order number into the order itself. So it is the order supposed to have the order number, not the item, the order item. Okay, so after that, run npm prisma.db push and then start again the server npm run dev. Okay, then another change I made was to put this one in the dark mode. Okay, is to put this one in the dark mode, and the updated code, you just find it here on this order confirmed. Okay, order confirmed page, you just find this here. Okay, so now moving on to what we want to do today. First is, of course, to make another order, and we see if we can get actually the order number generated here. Okay, we just want to see if we can create another one, and then to generate for us the order number. And we have a lot of things to do, but I also want to fix this on the light mode. This user here, this is the avatar is not seen, so I'm just going to go here quickly and work on that. And then another thing is there is something I remembered in the products. We just work on adding multiple images when we are adding a new product, but we'll work on that later on. Please always remind me, I want to work on that. So let's just first create another order and we see if this problem of generating the order number is sorted. So I'm just going to go back to the cart. Okay, so let me just go to the cart and then I will remove these items and let's start shopping. And another thing is to add the checkout in the protected pages. So let's add zinc and this. So let's go ahead and we have 3 items. Okay, let me add this one to have quantity of 2. Let's continue to check out. Okay, these details, doesn't matter. Let me just add any details. Okay, we have 3 items. You can see this one has quantity of 2. Let's say proceed to payment. Okay, order created successfully, and okay, so you can see now we have a nice well generated order number, and we can use it. We can use this one to track and do any other things. And if you look at this, okay, maybe in the future, I don't know if we just need to show the quantities for that, so that these totals, they can make sense. I'm not sure, because someone need to see for this. Okay, need to see how many items they bought, the quantities and all that. Okay, so the orders, right now we have the many orders, so we need to go let me just fix this very fast in the header. I cannot keep seeing it. Just go to, let me just go to, so you have the front end. I just want to go to components, front end, and let's see if we have like a nav bar. So you can see it is on this user avatar. So let me just go to the user avatar. So first of all, in the light mode, I think we can just simply change the BG. Let's just say this one is only in the dark, and you can just say BG select 300. Let's see that. I'm just waiting for these changes to compile. Just refresh. Okay, so they have changed now. At least looks much better. Okay, I think just need it to be white. Let me just make it BG slate, maybe 50. For the border, I think we can just leave the border. Okay, yeah. Let's leave the border on, and dark mode. Okay, so we're just good. So now we have that. We have the we have this. I'm not sure after making this if you're supposed to create the local storage, so that we have that. Here for the quantities, I don't know if we should just go ahead and add the quantities, because it seems like the totals here. Okay, so let's go ahead and work on the dashboard. So we have to route this person to the dashboard. Let's try to go to the dashboard. One more thing we just need to do is actually making sure that the checkout is, I think, is to make sure that the checkout is in is to make sure that the checkout is in the is on the in the middleware. Okay, when I was testing it online, I saw that we just like going on the checkout without logging in. So to test that, I'm just going to first go ahead and add it in the middleware. The checkout route supposed to be in the middleware. Any person to go to the checkout must be logged in. So let's go to our middleware here. So where we have these routes, and just go ahead and add one for the checkout. Just like that. So you put the right one, checkout. Okay, so that now if someone tries to visit the checkout and they are not authenticated, they will be needed to log in, which will help us to authenticate that user before they make an order. Okay, so there is this page here where we have orders. Okay, where we have orders. If I click on that, I don't know if we have already this page for orders. I'm clicking on orders. I want to see if we have this page. I think we don't have that page. If you check in the back office dashboard, we have orders page. I think we have that page without anything. Okay, so we have here the page of orders. Okay, we have to go ahead and see how we can update this. And for the for these people who are so for the orders, we're just going to have orders, and then we should also have sales. So they for this person, who is this? This is the farmer. We're supposed to create one more page for them called sales, and even the admin to look at the sales. So when someone completes the order, it becomes a sale. So I'm just going to duplicate another page actually. So I'm just going to simply copy this page here, copy, and just paste in here. Okay, and let's rename this to sales. Okay, and then inside here let's add sales. Okay, and then if we just go to the sidebar, so if you just go to the sidebar, we have to update some links. For these links, I think we have sidebar links, and then I'll leave it on the catalog. Let's look at these sidebar links. So the sidebar links under like I think before orders, like here after or before orders, we can add the sales dashboard sales. Okay, I'm just going to copy this and add it in the farmer. So also the farmer has to see this sales. Okay, so we'll have one for the sales. I don't know which icon we should put for the sales, but needs to have the sales somewhere. Okay, so just going to start with the orders, and I was thinking we actually use the other thing we had yesterday, the design we had yesterday of the order details. If someone goes here, you can see the list of orders. I don't know if we should use a table. So if you just check this here and you go to orders, you see they have a list. They have a list of orders in a table. Okay, they have a list of here in the table. So I don't know if we need to show them in a table. Now for the person who is for the user, I think we can show them a different version, and then for these ones, the normal users, we can also show them a different one, because for the admin, when they are looking at orders, they want to look at the list of orders. But then for the normal user who have made just an order, for them they want to see I think we're just going to create, and we first look at it at the side of a normal user. So I'm just going to first actually go ahead and log out. If I for instance go ahead and I log out from here, what happens? And this is the problem. We have to protect all these pages, because some of the pages are not protected. I don't know how we can put all pages starting with dashboard instead of putting only one, because for the dashboard itself it is protected, but all pages beyond the dashboard are not protected. Can we actually try that? Let me first go to Next.js. We could go to Next.js, or we could just ask ChatGPT about it. Let me just see if we can ask something like ChatGPT in a second. Instead of protecting one, we could just like protecting the dashboard and all the pages. This is the middleware. Okay. Let's first see if ChatGPT can help us in a second. um, I think if we just put like dashboard, I don't know. If we put just something like dashboard, dashboard slash then star, I don't know, something like this. I thought it would just work. I don't know. Let's just maybe try it. You never know, it can work. So let's try to see the page we had before. This one. Invite middleware font. I think we put an invite the path. This one. Okay, so let's just first go to ChatGPT. I'm just going to say, just click on this new. So I'm just going to say I am using Next.js and next auth, and I used middleware to protect my pages, and here is my middleware. Okay, and I'm just going to remove this last link we added. So I'm just going to ask a question now. How can I modify the middleware so that I protect all the pages that starts with dashboard route? Okay, I just first see that if it can be of help. It seems like it is not helping us. What did it say? To protect all pages at with dashboard route using, can modify as follows. Is going the callbacks, and you have token and the user. If user token.user return token session, you can use to specify patterns. I have so many pages in the dashboard. Isn't there a way of protecting all these pages that starts with a dashboard without writing all of them? Instead, I write something like dashboard stroke star. Yes, you can use the wildcard match array. Let's see the wildcard. Now with this wildcard, oh, I think I wrote it badly, so you don't put the slash. So let's just see, remove everything, and we only leave the wildcard. Okay, so just simply put dashboard and just simply star, I guess. Okay, let's just go back and see if it is going to compile. Okay, so the app stopped. They just run it one more time. I'm just going to pause for a second. I'll be back when it loads. So after researching so much, I just found this blog by Eric. So if you just go down here, he has written a middleware. He was actually, you can just go ahead and read the whole blog. Really, it was, I think, some good content he wrote. And if you just go down here, there is where is restrict the user's routes, update the middleware file, and he has gone ahead, and you can see how he is restricting all the users. Okay, so for instance, API users, and this is how you use the wildcard in the middleware. Okay, and he has done the same thing for even admin. Okay, you can admin or admin path and all that kind of stuff. So this was a good implementation. So I just went ahead and plugged in the same thing for ours. So in this, I added the dashboard with this wildcard. This is how you write dashboard. With then you put cons star to protect all the dashboard pages, and then I added also the checkout since it is not part of the dashboard. So with that, actually when I tried to log in now on the orders, right now you can see here it was just on the callback URL of the orders. At least they have actually prompted me to log in. Okay, if I also try, I think, to go to checkout, let's see. If I try to go to checkout, let's see if this one will, and you can see also on the checkout I'm prompted also to log in. If I try to go to the dashboard, let's say we say dashboard and we say wallet, maybe we just want to go to dashboard wallet. Okay, we can just like check any other route that is, and you can see you still actually routed back to this. So this actually really works. I like this, and I've put a blog to Eric's blog in our documentation here, so you can just go ahead and see how to actually do this. Okay, yeah, so you can just like really update this. I really like that, and I'm just going also to add this middleware so that you can always find it somewhere nearby. So I'm just going to scroll down and I'm just going to add middleware somewhere so that you can find it. So let me just add like a middleware. Okay, just going to add middleware so that you can have access to it if you want. Okay, okay, so I'm just going to add the middleware here. You can just go ahead and try it, and this means that we can protect all our API routes if wanted and all that kind of stuff. Okay, so now speaking of which, now we have the protection going on. Let's go ahead and try to, I don't know if we should just sign up for a new user. I don't remember. Just going to create a new user here, so just click on sign up. Okay, okay, it is compiling register page. Okay, so this one is just a normal user. I'm just going to say Andrew Johnson, my name, Andrew Johnson, because that isn't my name, this is like a fake name. I'm just going to say Andrew Johnson at gmail.com, password, and you can just say test. They just go ahead and register. So if you just want to just as a farmer, you can register from there. They just try to create a new account. Okay, and this is supposed to redirect us to the home page. Okay, so if you go ahead and add, and let's suppose, I think when we create a new user, we're supposed to create to clear all this, just because I'm using the same laptop. That's weird with local storage. Okay, but it's okay. I'm just going to go ahead and in the cart remove all the items. Okay, so that we just try to make, I haven't logged in, so you can see I haven't logged in. So if I just go to start shopping, they will allow me to add items in the cart, so it is not a protected page. Just go ahead and buy like this and this, like 2 items, maybe with spring onion. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and go in the cart. We have 3 items. I'm just going to go to the checkout. Okay, so if I go to the checkout, you see I'm prompted actually to log in. So let me just go ahead and log in. We used Andrew Johnson. Why did I use that? Okay, Andrew Johnson, password test, login. Okay, login successful, and let's see. Okay, so we are directed here. I don't know how you're going to handle that, because if someone actually is on the checkout, we are supposed to actually direct him back on the checkout. I'm just going to research how to actually achieve that, okay, in our middleware, because it is the middleware that is actually protecting those routes. So right now I'm back here. Now you can just go to the checkout. Okay, I can go to the checkout. So the checkout at least is protected. Now we can just go ahead and fill in some dummy data. Okay, just go and confirm this. Okay, order created. And I think at this point, when we say order created, we are supposed to sort of say redirecting, because you see there is some time it takes here. Okay, there's some time it takes there, but at least we have been redirected to this. We have this here, and all the stuff that have been bought, we have them here. So this is working properly. Okay, so just go to the dashboard, and you can see here now, since we're just in the normal user, we have this my orders. So they just go to my orders. Of course, it's going to take us to the dashboard, and then we're supposed to look at the details of the order, and we just here have these few stuff. Okay, and we can even call this one my orders. I can just go to the code, okay, and call it my orders. So we would just go like in the sidebar, and for this normal user, down here, I'm just going to change this to my orders, this one. And the good thing is, if we wanted to locate this page somewhere, we could, okay, we could maybe say for these ones we can also create dashboard stock users, and then we allocate some pages there. Okay, we're just going to look if we can also do that, because like dashboard users might be really different. We might just need maybe to prefix somewhere like users or something like that, because they might be having different pages altogether, how they look like, more especially for this order page. Okay, so for now, for these orders, we want them to look like, so I'm just going to update this page. If you go back to here, just scroll up, so you have here this where we have the orders, okay, like order details. Okay, so I have the HTML for that. Just going to modify it, but I can just copy this HTML, come back. So just go to the orders page. I'm just going to simply close everything here, close all. And let's go back to dashboard, and we go to orders page. Okay, so here just want to return this section. Okay, so we have this section. Okay, so now I'm just going to go ahead and look at how this looks like. Then we can just work on replacing with the icons and all sorts of things. Let me just wait for this to compile. Okay, so at least this is how it looks like. Okay, so it has order your orders, so you just go and change it into your orders, and you can just look at the order ID, the date, the total amount, and the order status. And then he looks at also the items he bought, and he has even a link to view the item or even similar product. Okay, and this is good, where we have even view order and view invoice. So here we put like the invoice detail. Okay, we can have order detail here, and then we have this view invoice. So we'll have to create at the end of the day the invoice for this, just in case a client want to print out the invoice. Okay, just in case the client want to view the invoice. So we have to, if you look at our invoices, the good thing is that if you check in the API here, if you just go and look in the API on the orders, you see we have a user ID. Okay, so we can filter all invoices. I think we can just even call invoice by ID. We'll have that route. We can have that route where we can actually fetch directly to the API invoice by ID, and then invoice by user ID. We because here we need to show only the invoices for this particular user, the Andrew Johnson. you don't want to fetch all the info for all the products for others. Okay, so this one is going to be the order card. Okay, so I'm just going to create a component for this order card instead of having all of it there. So let's first work on that. I'm just going to go to this and in the components, and we could just create another folder for orders. Just see order. And then in the order, I'm just going to create a new file called order card. Okay, just going to have order card.jsx, and just going to see RFC. I'm just going to have RFC, and I could just first go here, get the order card. Okay, and I think it is this UL li. So right now we have two, so just copy this li tag and just go here, write RFC. Okay, and then down here on the return, I'm just going to return li. Okay, so this should receive from this should receive an order. Okay, this can receive the order just like that. Then we can use this order here. We have the order ID and all kind of stuff. So just going to bring this. I'm just going to bring this order card inside here. So instead of putting these ones, I'm just going to remove this and just replace it with the order card. So just going to go ahead and put the order card. Okay, just like that. And now on this page we need to actually fetch. We have to fetch. Okay, we have to fetch orders by user ID. Okay, so you can just go and create the endpoint that is going to do that. So already, if you just check in the API, you check in the orders. Now we have this one for the ID, and this is like fetching order by ID, like fetching one just like this. So let me just first see. So this one fetches for a specific ID and also deletes and also edits the order. I don't think we need to edit the order. We can remove this put. Deleting, we can delete an order. So I'm just going to leave this one the way it is. So inside the orders, I'm just going to put user. I'm just going to put another folder for user. And then inside the user, I'm just going to put this ID. So just simply copy this and put it inside the user. Okay, so we have now inside the user we have this, and inside here we can just now get the ID, and this one is get find an order where ID is, so this ID you get here is a user ID. Okay, and if we just check in this a second, you can see we have this user ID. So I'm just going to get this user ID, and you could just pass this as user ID, this, and now we code it ID. Just leave it like that. These params here must match what you have here, so we code it ID, so it's okay. So here is going to be where user ID is actually equal to the ID, of course include order items, and that's it. It should be that. Just remove this. We should be having now able to fetch orders by a user ID. So I'm just going to go and test that if we can do or find it. I'm just going to get here and I say const, and this one returns orders. Const orders is supposed to return an array. Const orders is, just use get data, and it's going to be await. And you have to make this one async, and then let's pass here the endpoint. So the endpoint is, of course, you go to API, we got orders, so just got orders slash okay, you have to go to orders slash slash user, then slash the ID. And right now let me just go and see this new user we have. Just going to see if we just pass in the ID of this new user. Okay, I think the new user is okay, I guess it's this one. It must be this one. Let's just get the ID, user ID. Okay, so I'm just going to go and pass in this ID right now, and let me just see if actually I have like orders. Okay, And if you just go this side, just a second, these are supposed to be orders, like there are many. Okay, and we are saying find unique. I don't think that one will work. Okay, let's just look at what it is going to return. I'm not sure of what it should return, so we're on this page. Let's go and open the this. Okay, you can just you could just go and, so that one failed. We have here a message failed to fetch the order. We could just like test by going to the API orders. There's a user. Okay, and they just copy this user ID, user, and then let's pass ID, just like that. Fetch, and the problem they are giving is what? Invert Prisma order find unique invocation. Where use ID, argument where of type order where unique input needs at least one of okay. They're saying argument where of type order where unique input needs at least one of ideal arguments. Available options are marked with so alternatively what we are just going to do is we are going to get all the orders and then we filter them by user ID. I think that is a better alternative. I'm finding this query. I wanted to write a specific query for purposes of efficient querying, like where we could get exact, but alternatively you can just get all the orders here on the page. We can just simply pass in this ID, and that means that we cannot have this on this. Like when you have this order specifically, you said we are actually fetching this order by this ID, like specifically by this person. We must find a way but is it supposed to be find unique? let's look at find many. What do we use in the gate? Let me just first go to like orders. When you just are getting all orders, so if you just go to this route, yeah, I think you're supposed to use just something like this. So if you just go to gate, this is post. You can see here we have find many, and then we can just have, I don't know if you can have where in the find many. I'm just going to copy this query and we try it. So if I just come and copy this query, the way it is orders, so go to this route, and we say orders. Let's replace with this one. I don't know if now we can go ahead and find, we pass where. Okay, let's quickly go to Prisma. I can just go to Prisma and we look at the properties the find many can take. Can it take where? If you click on get started, I'm just going to the Prisma documentation to see if actually the find many, if it can take the where. Okay, let's just go and search the find many method. It is always good to refer to the documentation. It is always the only and the best place to get the source of truth. Of course, you can read also like blogs and other places, but when all other places fail, always refer back to the documentation. And of course, even making research outside that, it is loading forever. Okay, so let's try to search something, find many. Okay, so it is here. Okay, so it can actually options, and you can see it has a where clause, and they're saying user where input wraps all the models types that can be filtered by any property. Okay, so I think that is the one we want, and unfortunately we don't have anywhere to see how they used that. You can see find many examples, but I'm not seeing like where you have like the where clause. Okay, let's just go ahead and pass in the where clause here. Okay, so I'm just going to say, okay, I will start with it on top there. I will start with the where. So where, okay, user ID is ID. Just like that. I think now we should be good. Let's go and go to the API, and we just want to now again search by that, and quickly we don't have results. What do we have right now as the problem? Having the same problem. So you need a unique input, and if we have the order ID, then we cannot return multiple orders. Okay, so what you're just going to do is that we're just going to go and get orders. I will just work on this, see if I can just create a route. I will just update you on this in the next episode, but what I'm just going to do right now, I'm just going to go to this page, and instead I will just simply pass in orders. Okay, so here it will just get me all the orders in the database. Then I will do the filtering by myself. So here I can just go ahead and filter. Now to be able to do that, I will have to first get the user ID. Okay, I'm just going to say filter by user ID. So here I'm just going to say fetch all orders. So you're just going to get all orders, and then here I'm just going to filter by user ID. That's the only solution I have right now. So the first thing, I'm just going to first get the ID. So I'm just going to say const session. So let's first get the session is equal to await get server session, and this pass in host options. So just pass in host options. So this one is going to give us the session. Okay, it's going to give us the session. Of course, we can just go ahead and say if there is no session, we can just say if no session, then just simply return. If there is no session, simply return. But if there is some session, okay, go ahead and get the user ID. Const user ID is equal to session, okay, dot user. So here we can just say dot user dot ID, I think, and this will just give us the user ID. And after that, we can just first just check this ID if really it is there. Right now I'm just going to go and check that. The API route, let's first leave it alone. I'm just going to go back on the terminal. Okay, so we have the user ID. Okay, we have the user ID. So now I can now filter by user ID. So filter by user ID. So let me just say get session, get ID. So let's get the user ID, and then let's go ahead here, and I'm just going to filter by user ID. So I have the user ID. Let me move this down here. Okay, I'm just going to move this down here, and I'm just going to say const user orders is equal to orders dot filter. So just going to use a filter, and I have access to an order. Okay, and I can simply just return, okay, an order whose user ID, order dot user ID is equal to user ID. Okay, is equal to user ID. So something like this. Let's go ahead and console.log user orders. Okay, user orders, and we can just go ahead and wait for them here, and we see if we just get back like an array or something. Yep, so you can see we actually have an array of orders returning right now. Okay, that's great. So now we have actually the orders. We can just go ahead and map them. Okay, just going to say here your orders. Okay, and I'm just going to come here on order card, and I'll say if orders, okay, if orders, you could first check if the orders dot length is greater than 0, but just going to say orders dot map. I'll have the order and the index, and then okay, we just come here and return this, the order card, and let's give it a key to index and order to be the order. Okay, and let's just go to the order card, and we are receiving the order, and you can first get like the order number or something like that. And can we first stop consoling this console here? And we're also going to have a protection block here. If there are no orders, we could even just like from here, if okay, if orders dot length, okay, if orders dot length is less than if orders dot length, we could just first check if orders dot length is equal to 0 or no orders. Okay, I think we can just simply return just a p tag saying no orders yet. Okay, can just say no orders yet instead of actually having an error this side down. So we could just go ahead and map, and you can see we haven't mapped. Do we have like 2 orders? You mean this user have 2 orders? Because I've already mapped, so I just want to go to the order card and put the details. So if you go to the order card, you have this one is going to be order number. Okay, I'm just going to say here order number, and here I'm just going to say hash. You have order number. Okay, and the date. We just have to convert the date. I think we have the converter. You can first convert the date. We have a function here in the lib that can convert the ISO date. If you look at the order itself, let's go to orders. So if you look at we have the created at, so this is the ISO date. So we have a function that converts date to ISO date to normal date. So I'm just going to say const order date, const order, okay, order creation date is going to be equal to, we're just going to say convert ISO date to normal date, and then we simply pass in. If you look at this function, it expects the ISO date, so just simply pass in the ISO date, which is going to be order dot created at here, this one. Just confirm it is the same, and now we can just use this date, order creation date. Okay, I'm just going to go ahead and put here order creation date, and then we have total amount. I think we're supposed to be keeping like the total for sure. I don't know why we don't have the total amount, but at least we have the order items. Okay, so we can just go ahead again and we calculate the total order. So const total cost, I think is going to be equal to just quit subtotal for now, is going to be equal to, so you have to get the array, which is order dot order items, dot order items, just like that. And this is the key here. You can see here on the order you have this order items, which is actually an array. Okay, so from this we can just say dot reduce. Then we have access to the, you could just call it like total and then the item. Then here you can have total plus item dot price times item dot quantity. Okay, starting from 0. Of course, you can just go ahead and even say to fixed. You pass in 2, and let's see if we can just get this as subtotal. So here this one's supposed to be subtotal, and then order status. You can just have the order status, and here we have this icon supposed to have the colors corresponding to these ones. Okay, I'm just going to first leave the status, which I just going to turn it in a second. Okay, and of course here I'm just going to have the status order dot order status. Okay, is that the key? Order status. Yeah, so it is order status here. And then finally we have the image. So here I'm just going to put here the image. So first of all, we're supposed to map through the order items. Okay, so here is where we have the order items here. So we have to map through these ones. Yeah, so let me just go ahead and also map through the order items. So we can just cut this and we say order dot order items okay, order dot order items dot map you could first check its length if you wanted. Dot length, if this is greater than 0, if this is true, then we could go ahead and do the map. let me just go ahead and do the map. So you could just say like order items, order items dot map. Of course, you have access to the item, and then we can just return this. Okay, so here we have the order. First have the key, and then we have this, which is the A item, the image URL. The alt is going to be item title, and then here of course we have the title, and then for the category, just going to leave it out. Then the price, item dot price, and then we have a link to the product. Right now we don't have the product ID. We would actually go and we go to a specific product ID. I don't know how we can get that. Do we have a product ID? Yeah, we actually have a product ID. So we can also visit by a specific product. Okay, if wanted, we can just have the detailed product. Right now, the detailed product we have is we have the detailed product by the slag, I guess. If you scrolled and you went to the details of this, you would go to the product detail by the slag, but we can also just have a detailed by ID. And that one would still require, I think, all the details. Just going to leave this one for a while, and I don't know how we're just going to handle this, but let's first leave that like that, and also the similar product, then view order, and then we have the view invoice. Okay, so far so good. Let's go back here. Okay, so you can see now we have our invoices. They are looking nice. Okay, they have the date. Okay, they have this order number, and then you can see processing. The items are there. The total price is here. Let's check the second one. The second one is also there. So this is great. Now, of course, it seems like we're having all the invoices in the database. Is really the filter working? I don't think so. I feel like the filter is not filtering very well, because the user ID we have, I think, is this one. The user ID we have is this one, and let's first see, in this first case, 9E9, this is a different user ID, and all these other ones, 1, 2, 3, 4. So we have about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have about 5 orders. Let's first look at this guy's order. it has how many items? It is only one order with 2 items. Actually with 3 items, I guess. Okay. I'm starting to believe this filter is not doing well. Let's first close this. Okay, so where is it? Page. Oh, we are using user orders. We are putting supposed to be user orders. We are not using user orders here. We are using just orders, and orders has like all the orders. And for that case, by the way, you can see there are some orders which don't have like these things. We shouldn't show this card. Okay, we shouldn't show the order which has no items. Okay, so we can also just like I think protect it from the here. The order, I think this side on the page where we say your orders. So you can just like first check we map. I think we have the order here. Then on the order card we can also say if the length, this check we did here, there is a check we did here. We can just do this check here, and if we can also do an if statement here. If order items we could say if it is less or equal than 0, maybe just we could say equal. I don't think the length can be a negative, but I think we could say if the length is equal than 0, we could just say return null. We can just like return null, and it doesn't put like anything, instead of just like having like to. Okay, at least now after using the filter we have only one order. Yeah, and this makes sense. Okay, at least this makes sense. Yeah, this makes sense for this particular user. So at least now we have, when someone goes to their orders, they can see the order they have made. Okay, we could just also link to the, and almost we have like this is the order detail for sure. Okay, I don't think we have any more details about this order one. So this is an order detail here. The only thing we just saw maybe is invoice. Okay, we're just going to make an invoice. I think maybe in the next video something. I have some invoice here. I was thinking of working on something like this. Okay, something like that. So might just like I will just like might have to design this one, and then when someone clicks on view invoice, and then we can just go ahead and they can view the invoice for these particular products. Okay, so the remaining part is now to put it in the dark mode. Right now is just like for the light mode, and this side the text is weird. I'm just going to sort of still work on this. Okay, I'll just see how we are going to find a good it still has to have the background. I think maybe we have to check on the color. Okay, so what I'm just going to do is I'm just going to work on the making this dark mode. Okay, you can just go ahead and also work on this to make it in the dark mode to look nice, but I'm just going to make it to look nice in the dark mode, and then we shall just come and see how we can proceed from there. So in the next one, we have to create the invoice. If someone clicks on view invoice, they should now go to the invoice page. So you should just have here orders, and then we might just like a specific order, like order then invoice. Okay, we could just like we are going to have something like that, orders then invoices at a specific ID, so that we can view the invoice for this if someone wants to print it or wants to send it on the email or something. We can just also put someone to send it on the email, I guess. Yeah, so I will just thank you for watching this episode. I will see you in the next one.